Hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to New Cycle. So this is a game that we're going to have a bit of a look at today. I've been sitting on it for, a week or two, and I already covered a couple of hours doing an early access sort of early review previously before we pivoted back to playthroughs potentially. So let's have a look at this now. It should be coming out any day by the time I post this video. I can tell you now, because I've played a few hours of it, it is very promising, even in its early access state, and it's in that arena of Frostpunk likes, these hardcore colony survival games where, the elements are more the antagonistic component as opposed to explicitly RTS type mechanics of fighting dudes, right? It also seems to hint at a broader narrative, but I'm not sure how much is really implemented in this current build. But look, once I got into the first few hours, it was really starting to get pretty good, at least as far as the villagers coming to you with issues that you had to resolve. It was very reminiscent of the, what is it called? The Book of Laws from Frostpunk. Anyway, I figured this is as good a time as any to have a look at it, so we'll do just that. So we've got Sandbox Campaign, Sanity. Oh, is this like an easy mode or something? Oh, hang on, what is this? This scenario, begun as the leader of an advanced settlement, revolves around the sudden appearance of a mysterious disease that causes large convulsions in the fabric of your community. Oh, that's kind of cool, isn't it? Old ways. Oh, and I think this is grayed out. Yeah, I can't interact with it. I think the campaign's probably the go. Story mode, presenting all the mechanics and tribulations that can be experienced in the dynamic universe of a New Cycle. And how good is this little art as well? This is very, very promising. And I'm kind of rapt to share it with you. So restricted hunting. I mean, look, Meadow seems to just be sort of objectively good. Plus 40 morale at the start of spring. Difficulty normal. Oh, look at all these mutators. I don't care about that. Let's go Meadow. Meadow sounds good. And who knows? Maybe we do 200 episodes and we'll try different modes and all that. On that, this could be a one and done, a one shot, depending on people's interest in this game and the general popularity. But if you do want to see some more, let me know. Drop a comment, that sort of thing. It's always good to hear back from you guys if you're enjoying stuff. But again, not everything hits, So let's see. Let's start here and see. Straight off, I think the graphics are actually really good. Like all the animation, the rolling grass and all that, that's kind of unusually good. The voices on these dudes are wild. They're so bad, they're good.
You did well, the innocent. You really did.
Great! We will survive!
Okay, a message from the community. What's this? Welcome to New Cycle. You are now the governor of this little community. It's been nearly half a century since the first solar flare. In the initial moments of the catastrophe, we lost our entire technological infrastructure, our means of global sourcing, and almost everything that we can share as a civilization. The following years were humanity's darkest, having to wrestle with constant impossibility and despair. From battles fought with sticks and stones to nuclear wars, we ended up destroying ourselves with what little the sun had left for us, and civilization fell. Everyone here was born into this new world, which is kind of novel, right? We've jumped forward a generation, and you have to be their leader. Our current flimsy shelter can't carry us far. We must rebuild everything from scratch with the efforts of those who remain so we can establish a sustainable way of life. We need to rediscover our lost knowledge and explore our surroundings to create new possibilities. Most importantly, beyond merely surviving, we have to find a new way of securing our next generation, by whose time the world may not be habitable anymore. See, it's good. It's a lot of speculation. This sort of second degree survival, I don't know what else to call it, but it's not really something, that you explore. Usually it's right in the shadow of apocalyptica or in the settled status quo, not the in-between, right behind the hard times and then the transition into what the world will then become. It's kind of cool. We don't know how we can preserve life as we know it, but we can at least help build something that we may call home. You may start with the tutorial or continue on your... I'll do the tutorial. I can't remember it because I played it probably a week ago or something, but it's, it's good to show this off, If this is a one-off video, it's good to pitch it to you because maybe you go and buy it yourself. Transition to settled life. Chief, our nomadic lifestyle gave us enough knowledge to build simple shacks. Well, there you go. If we are to settle down here, we'll need more sturdier and more durable shelters, workplaces, and storage depots. And for that, we need to be able to process a variety of resources. We can get started by collecting some resources. Primitive structures made out of log and stones will suffice for a start. We can gather those raw materials by building a field camp close to the resources that we need. All right, build a field camp, get some resources. We can do that. Again, all this UI is just so clean. Field camp. Now we want stone and we want wood. And there's our sort of HQ there. I mean, I guess that sort of works, doesn't it? It's kind of in range. Yeah. So we'll give them a chance to construct that. I can fast forward with the numbers, which is kind of integral for this sort of game. Alright, cool. So we've seen this before. End Zone, A World Apart is a great example. Probably one of the better ones as far as post-apocalyptic go. This allocating workers to the different resources is interesting as well. Yeah, so your rate can't go more than whatever that is, but it is dictated by workforce, and in other buildings there's an efficiency component to it as well. It's actually quite interesting. Essentially, you are heavily incentivized to get morale and all that right. So it's destructive gathering as well, so you can see the trees coming down. Okay. Step 1 complete. Let's go. Do I click on it or something? I guess maybe I'll wait for the next prompt. Processing and development, off to a promising start. Chief, we may go on gathering resources, nearby resources for a while. We should focus on producing more complex materials by processing the raw ones. Our settlement can develop as far as the limits of our knowledge and production. We can create flexible and processable constructions or objects through woodworking. Okay, so we're going to use a lumber mill to build lumber. So what is this then? Log. Oh, okay, right. So that's interesting because usually you'll go from lumber to boards. In this case, we're going logs to lumber. Interesting, isn't it? Production, lumber mill. I guess we can plonk it here. What happens if I put it over this person's house? Rip! Go build it somewhere else, mate. Alright. Give them a chance to build. And carrying his big box around. Very good. Look at them. Hard workers.
Nothing beats drinking a beer after a busy day.
That's very true, Sophia, or whatever your bloody name was. You can use the Alt key to turn the building status. Oh, okay. Oh, it's got like a cycle. Isn't that interesting? So that's got a red thing there. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Production buildings are the most important structures in the city. You can choose the product that you want currently to be created here. Got it. I see. Target product. You can also access production information and rates by hovering over it. Right, yeah, cool. Yeah, this whole thing, efficiency and workforce. General efficiency value of a building's operation class affects the variables positively or negatively. In addition, the workforce value determines the speed of production. Right? So number and speed, I guess. In addition, these two variables are affected by technological development. Right? Got it. The labor, this is cool as well, and we're not going to get to it today, but like to get to this class, it's not like Anno where they just exist you just unlock them. You have to put these dudes essentially through clown college and train them, and there is a percentage chance that they will promote So it's actually kind of like a schooling program, but not in a way that I've really seen in these sort of games before. And then you can see here, no workforce, and not having a connected road affects it negatively, which I think is quite novel. Minus 30 workforce. So if we fill this up with workers, but then if we connect it to the road, we don't have roads researched yet, but that would help. And then we do this. Very cool. So yeah, your workforce would default to 100. So you lose a third of efficiency by just not having a road attached to it, which is cool. That gives you the option to, maybe there are scenarios like now where you don't have a road. And worker efficiency, main class. And oh yeah, right. So that's the efficiency of them. And I don't want to jump the gun too much, but you can see here, there's their efficiency there, which is affected by morale, and these are the tick-offs there. Again, very clean once you get the hang of it. All right, well, let's let them produce their lumber, 10 a day. Give them a chance. All right, let's go along. Camp name. Let's resolve that. Gooberville. I think that sounds perfect. And you can see here, cycles is how they measure it. And then you unlock things. It's a population ceiling, but also this required knowledge. And knowledge is sort of like an accrued grouping. Again, we'll get to it. Here we go. You generate knowledge per day based on the professions. I don't actually know what... Oh, there you go. Specialist, I suppose that chick is. So it's essentially the collective intelligence of your workforce. So you have higher specialist workers. Generally, let's just call a spade, more intelligent professionals, I suppose. They're going to generate more technology per day, or research equivalent, whatever that's called. Knowledge, yeah. No dangerous weather events observed. Well, that's good. Every operation is harder to perform in a settlement without roads. Connecting all the buildings in our village with a road network will convenience the workforce and the circulation of raw materials greatly. Yeah, I don't think they like you see them animate, but I'm pretty sure they don't move the resources around. So it's not that sort of tangible logistics that you see in some games, like, I don't know, Surviving Mars, for example. This is a bit more like, well, Frostpunk, I guess, is just generalist kitties that everything goes into. Well, not mandatory for operations, road construction is a prerequisite for building infrastructure such as bridges and tunnels, which, I guess that makes sense. Build a road between the lumber mill and the main hall. Well, look at this. Bang. We got little power poles as well. Oh, complete. Okay. Oh, 4 out of 9 is tutorial 4. I see. Oh, what's this? A group of travelers appeared near our settlement. Oh. People are the most significant resource for our settlement. We must respond to a wide range of demands, from basic to costly. We have to set up a self-sufficient system to meet our basic requirements. We can start by constructing a well to meet our need for clean water. Build a well, produce water. Hint: primitive wells will help to meet our clean water need. However, they can be affected by the seasonal changes, and some might even run completely dry or freeze over. You can view... Yeah, I think you can't actually get the water out during winter. You can view the water layer by placing a well. Yes. Here we go. Well, and you can see they're the things that it can tap. Now, interestingly, what I found is a well can only really tap... That's interesting, the water level thing there. It can only tap one, really, but if you put multiple, it limits the rate at which you can gain well water. None, low, rich. Switch mode tab. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I wonder if we maybe try and max the water table like that, right? Try and tap as much as possible. Oh, hang on. Why is that? Hey, I'm looking at this. Why is that? Oh, I guess it was technically not. There's a little highlight. It's a bit hard to see. Let's do that. Let's do that. And we'll run a road. Like, yay. Alright. Oh, Jesus. These God rays coming from behind my camera. Floating rocks. I mean, it looks early access. I'm not that worried. It looks better than it has any right to. It's going to have a few issues. Strangers, a group of travellers. The more our settlement grows, the more attention we'll get from passers-by, and the more people will be willing to join us, both more frequently and in larger groups. This group of wanderers, each less fortunate than us, awaits permission to join our ranks. 2 workers, please, welcome aboard. The more bodies, the better. So it looks like we've got 37 able bodies. That's what it looks like. Daily bread. Now we have access to water. We're only one step short of calling this place home. A life without the worry of hunger will turn us into a real society. Although we don't yet have enough resources for hunting, farming or animal husbandry, our experience in staying alive and by living off the land may come in handy. Yeah, true. Yeah, I like that it's tracking the transition from scavenger-gatherer to, you know, sort of potentially agricultured settlement. Lots of easily found edible mushrooms are scattered all around. We should bring a gathering camp or build a gathering camp to start stockpiling. Right, so let's do that. Gathering camp. Okay, so you've got the sort of mushroom density. Alright, they're the only 2 mushroom spots. Oh yeah, what if I put it there? That works. There we go. Bung a road on. Mate. Cooking with gasoline. Let that build up. Now the well, I think, just runs on autopilot. 96 a day. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. That 96 a day, if for whatever reason you need to go harder than that, you'd want to tap different water spots. But if I would put a well in here, see how these are highlighted? Like, they're already in the zone of control of this. So if for whatever reason your rate isn't good enough, you would have to tactically do that. But I feel like we'll just go with it for now. I don't want to overgame. We don't need to game it too much early, but I'm cursed with knowledge because I've already played a bit. Okay, let's put gatherers on that. I like these buildings. It's cool. This whole wood punk thing. This is our HQ, I guess. Main hall. The cornerstone of civilization. The time has come to cook our meals. People eating whatever they have on their plates does not mean that they are content with it. When there is nothing to eat, they will get demoralized, sick, and maybe even fall into the jaws of death. As a society, we must organize the production and distribution of hot food. For a start, a bowl of soup will do as long as everybody has their share and they don't have to worry about hunger anymore. Okay. Build a soup kitchen. Unresearched. Research basic construction. Here we go. So you can see there's required knowledge, but as you go along, there will be like actual building material requirements as well. Oh, here you go. You can see cost 24 lumber. So let's let that run. I mean, people are eating mushrooms. That'll do. That'll keep them bloody under control. Music's nice, isn't it? Development completed. Stockpile, soup kitchen, simple meal. Soup kitchen. Now again, I don't think there's any proximity stuff. It doesn't need to be near the mushroom farm. I don't think I can fit it in there really. and you can see the frontage. So let's put that there. Let's run a road there. Watch my little dudes build. So, humble beginnings. Slow and steady. But, yeah, I really get the feeling there's a lot going on here. Nice. I kind of like that design. Okay, select recipe. Now, I think, yeah, it just makes soup, and there's all these different ways to do it. We're going with mushrooms, obviously, because that's all we've really got. We'll staff it. And off we go, and then I guess we've got to make X meals. What is that bloke doing? Oh, he's cleaning. Aggressive. Oh, look at this dude. Yeah, so he's generating soup, but I guess the inference is that here comes the soup barrels and we're taking them back to HQ. I don't mind that. I actually personally really do like traffic logistic chains, which is hilarious. If you've been with the channel since the beginning, I know it's been like 4 or 5 years now, but like I'd never played things like Transport Fever, right? So logistics management really didn't excite me that much, but nowadays it's one of my favorite things. Probably because I'm an old boring person. Population management, we must closely monitor the community situation, needs, morale levels, and all related factors. We must try to reach the best possible outcomes in our affairs and adapt according to uncertainties in order to maintain a healthy and content society that we with what we have. In a badly managed community, unrest, disease, deaths, and disintegration will quickly take hold. Okay. I don't think they quite mean like a Mars Attacks 50s bloody Martian ray gun disintegration, but I get it. Explore population management. Oh, okay, word salad. Here you can view the overall status of the community. More important elements in the management settled is people. Try to meet all their needs and keep variables such as morale and efficiency, which we brushed on, as high as possible. Meet the daily supply distribution needs according to your settlement's production capabilities in a sustainable manner. A society whose needs are met breeds high motivation, good health, and uninterrupted work. Which is good, because this game kind of tempts you to shoot yourself in the foot, I guess. Like, do you give everyone double rations to keep their morale up? And then what happens is in winter, there's no food left and everyone dies. Class, worker, craftsman, and specialist. Our society members are part of 3 basic classes. Members of each class must work as a pioneer in their respective fields, but production buildings may need multiple classes to work simultaneously according to the building's level of development. Kind of cool. That'll be interesting if you never truly get rid of the need for workers, blue-collar boys. You can follow the population number here. Oh, we've got children as well. Only adults can be recruited as a workforce. Children, sick, and retirees cannot work, but they will need certain resources. I like that there's retirees. Very Beasts and Bumpkins, Blast from the Past. Love that game. You can manage the basic needs of social classes from here. Supplies needed for needs such as food, water, clothing, and tools are determined from the daily average consumption per person. Okay. Here you can manage the rate at which supplies are to be distributed to each class and view the successful distribution rate and other factors. Yeah. You can view the access rate for housing. You'll get a satisfaction result according to the rate at which you meet the society's needs, which will form the basis. Sure. So there's a flow-on effect. The workforce and efficiency of each social class are the most important indicators in the shape of life in your settlement. Workforce indicates how much or how long your working classes will operate. It is very important to manage this variable according to current conditions and needs while balancing the flow of production and life. Long working hours can cause low morale, and even if this is accounted for, remember that exhaustion can lead to sickness or an increase in the workplace accidents. Okay, sure. Efficiency is calculated based on the morale of the community and the basis of all production rate calculations for this operating class in production buildings. It is affected by many external factors. All right, sure. You can see there. So low distribution increases chance of sickness. Need 15 per day. Production 10 per day. Simple meal. I guess, oh right, so that's what soup counts as. Need 37 water per day, and we're producing... Oh, what if we turn this up? What if we turn it up to that? Get rid of this red marker. 111 per day. Production 96. Oh, okay. You know what? Bugger it. Let's put it back to low. Stuff them. Sorry. There was that moment. There was a moment of weakness where I nearly fed my people. Because we do have max storage. And we might even use that ceiling as an indicator of where we're at. At last, our settlement resembles a home. Everyone has a job, something to offer to our society. We're producing food, water, and construction materials. Before ramping up, we need some basic rules and a sense of order. Proportions represent how much of a consumable is used per person in a day. We must respond to every need, but decisions about each proportion should be made according to our resources and production capacity. The general level of morale will be generated by what gets distributed, at what rate, and how successfully. Morale directly influences the production performances of our settlement. Also, it can affect people's reactions to unexpected events. Right. Set ration distribution to regular for 3 days. Well, I guess if I have to. If I must. So be it. Oh, there you go. Our production for simple meals has gone up significantly anyway. Distribute successfully for 2 days. Well, let's just let that tick over. Ooh, rainy. Stormy weather moving in. Alright. Tutorial done. Last step. A place to track everything about your settlement and your people is the overview panel. Health is the subject that we should pay the most attention to. It should be our priority to find a solution to our current conditions. Examine the factors affecting public health and take decisive action. Hint, there are many factors that affect people's health. Nutrition and water are the most important. No one can withstand more than 3 days without water. You need to produce solutions against many variables, such as the seasons, heavy work conditions, epidemics. Oh, I love it. I love it. You're saying all the right things to get me frothy. So we're going to click on this and have a look. Mineral deposits, electricity. So we've got a little bit of electricity. Life. Workforce condition. Look at all of this. People. Cool. Done. And I think now we're on our own. Bonza. Tutorial complete. We've finally secured our self-sufficiency, having left our temporary campsites behind for good. From now on, you must devise production plans according to the needs of your people and the settlement. You can set your course by exploring further developments. Remember, we may have no time. We know what to expect, but we can't be sure when or how. In time, you may be able to produce higher grade goods like clothes, drinks, and paper. Before then, you have to train craftsmen to take part in the production projects. You can start training your people by researching and building a technical boot camp. Okay, sure. Well, I mean, I think first things first, let's just double check this. 37 a day, and production is, yeah, see, look, the math don't work there, team. So let's explore this. There's not much I can do to speed this up. At the moment, production of mushrooms is okay. So the only real way to make this soup kitchen go harder would be to make another soup kitchen, potentially. Or the sensible thing, honestly, would be to bring this down to medium, right? 22 per day, 26. So that'll balance. So hang on, so what's this going to? 96 a day. Look, okay, so we can manage medium. We can manage medium, but we're still inviting health risks. Also, we're going to want to develop our way out of this. Oath. We cannot achieve the level of civilization we've once had by only developing materially. The real backbone of the constructions and social institutions we establish is the values that define and distinguish us, which, you know, there's a lot to that. For us, oath is not only a legal boundary, but also a lifelong desire. Okay. Shack. So are we saying that, is the idea that we swear an oath to the community? What's going on here? Field camp, gathering, lumber mill. I think we've built all of that. The only thing here we haven't built is a stockpile, which I might do. Now, we probably need to city plan a little bit. You know, this seems as good a place as any. We'll develop a crossroads for starters. Oh my god, this is a bit fiddly. Oh yeah, that works. That works. Okay. Let's build a stockpile. Oh geez, she's a monster. There's fine. Right in the middle of this main road. Bugger it. That's alright, visitors can come through. Gooberville. All are welcome. One and all. Okay, so we've got research going. We've got this building. Development completed. We can now build shacks, right? Well, okay, so now this is limited by the cycle that we're on. And at the moment, we've got the combined knowledge, but we need more population. And I don't think we can really force that. Oh, hang on, what's this? Attractiveness. Very low. Workforce condition. Health. Oh, okay, right. Healthcare, housing. Housing we can fix. Food distribution. That'll come next. Oh, look at this. The winter sprinkle is coming. All right. Residence. Shack. Can contain up to 10 people. But what is our... I know we've got about 40 workers. What is our population? Life? Like, is there a... Am I just missing it? Health. People. Where was it? Wasn't it... Sickly? Oh, population 37? Oh, that's within the class, I guess? Well, it's counting... See, you say 30... Oh, hang on. 37, does that include the 7 children? No, adult 37. Yeah, unoccupied 19. So do children count? That's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of here. What do you reckon we'll do like a... Do like a street down here, or like a residential street? Yeah. Well, 10, 20, 30, 40. I think that's probably as good a start as any. Let's worry about getting everyone bloody housed. Oh, we're going through the lumber. That's okay. That's what it's there for. Yeah, okay. Oh, well, look, there you go. I guess maybe children don't count. That's fine. Good. Like, well, no offense to the kids. Oh, winter. Winter! Gracious me. Alright, well, how are we doing for food? It's not exactly super flush, but we'll get there. Okay, so if we built all those houses, yeah, there you go. There's some that aren't occupied. And then we go to housing 80%. Oh, look, you changed. Really, only 80%? So yeah, it must be counting the children. But look, that 80% readout is great. It's grand, actually. This music's really good. Let's get this built. Might have to wind up in a second. Oh, 100%? Is it counting the house before it's built? It might be, actually. Might be. Yeah, I don't know. Well, look, as long as 100% is covered right now, I guess that's what really matters. Anyway, there you go. New cycle. Really cool, really promising. Oh, we got storage issues going on here. Well, we'll resolve that when we get back. But yeah, look, again, team, let me know if you want to see some more. We'll keep chipping away at it. I'm quite enjoying this. Otherwise, I might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.